Welcome back to another episode of Naperville Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Josiah Schuneman. After an action-packed opening night of games, Football Friday is back for Week 2 with more intriguing matchups. One of them includes Naperville North coming off a decisive victory over Homewood Flossmoor and looking to start the year 2-0 as they head on the road to take on former DVC foe Glenbard North. Senior night at Glenbard North with a pair of former DVC rivals squaring off with both teams hoping to begin the year at 2-0. The Dog Pound in the house along with Northwestern head coach Pat Fitzgerald, who made the trip to Carroll Stream to see Huskies quarterback Aiden Gray, who has a verbal commitment to the Wildcats. Midway through the first quarter, Aiden Gray throws a quick screen to sophomore receiver Brock Pettaway, who gets a nice block from Big Brother Luke and turns on the Jets. 40 yards later, and Naperville North has a 7-0 lead. Huskies leading 14-0 with under 10 seconds left in the first half. Panthers quarterback Justin Bland rolls right on 1st and 15 and makes a great throw to Zamari Robinson for a touchdown with 6 seconds left. Glenbard North cuts the lead in half just before the break. Into the second half where Glenbard North drives inside the 5-yard line of the Huskies when Bland can't secure the snap. Luke Keogh dives into the pile and comes away with the ball. A key turnover for the blue and orange. Late in the third, the Huskies using the up-tempo running game to great effect as Nathan Jacobs takes the handoff and powers his way into the end zone. 21-7 Naperville North. In the fourth quarter, yet another Husky running back finds success on the ground. Junior Cole Arl shakes a few tackles and stays in bounds down the sideline. He goes 67 yards to pay dirt as Naperville North picks up a second straight impressive victory. The Huskies are 2-0 with St. Mary's from Michigan coming to town next Saturday afternoon. After dropping the season opener against Noblesville, the Bennett Academy Red Wings are back in action at Benedictine University where they're set to take on the Moline Maroons under the lights. Last season, Bennett took down Moline in a narrow 23-21 affair. On the first drive of the game, Jake Hopel scrambles to his left and flings a pass to Pat Patello for the first score of the night. Bennett goes up 7-0 with 8:45 left in the first. On the Maroons' ensuing possession, Grant Sibley drops a dime to Chase Stevens as he falls into the end zone. Moline fails to convert the extra point, so Bennett remains on top 7-6. Fast forward to the second quarter, Hopel faces a lot of pressure and loses possession of the football. It's scooped up and scored by Hyson Bay Bowie. Moline takes a 13-7 lead in the second. After a Bennett field goal, they now trail 13-10. Michael Lawler takes the handoff and breaks free through the middle of the field. Pierce Walsh provides some key blocks near the sideline, and Lawler's in the end zone. Bennett regains the lead and takes a 17-13 advantage into halftime. On to the third quarter, the Red Wings march down the field in less than a minute, and Michael Lawler caps it off with his second score of the game. Bennett extends their lead to 24-13 with 11:20 left in the third. Now with just 8:45 to go in the fourth, Mason Woods takes the ball and slices through the defense on his way to pay dirt. Afterwards, Woods punches in the 2-point conversion to make it a 24-21 game with less than 10 minutes left. However, the Bennett defense comes up big. The Maroons are facing a 4th and long with less than a minute to go, and Grant Sibley takes a shot deep, but his pass falls harmlessly to the turf, and Bennett pulls through with a 24-21 victory to notch its first win of the season. We're at Neuqua Valley High School where the Wildcats host their first home game of the season. They play host to the Tigers of Wheaton-Warrenville South. Neuqua is coming off a big win versus Oswego, while the Tigers are looking to bounce back after a tough loss to Simeon. We skip to the second quarter with just 10 seconds left in the half. Mark Meneke makes an amazing play, scrambling and diving to the end zone, making it 7-0. However, he suffers a leg injury on the play. Huge blow to the Wildcats as they lose their starting QB going into halftime. Late in the third quarter, Wheaton-Warrenville South is still in search of a big play on offense, and they get one. Luca Carbonero finds Dejan Rillion on a screen pass, and he takes it to the house. Just like that, it's a tie game at 7-7. We move ahead to overtime with the game still tied at 7. The Tigers line up for a field goal, and it's good to put them up 3. It's the Wildcats' turn to respond, but on second down, disaster strikes. The ball finds the turf on a pitch play, and Wheaton Warrenville South falls on it to seal the game. A heartbreaking ending for NV as they fall to the Tigers 10-7. Week 2 of football is here. Waubonsee Valley looks to bounce back from a rough Week 1. They are in front of their home fans in this one as they welcome in the Saints of St. Charles East. We start this game 3 minutes in with Luke Elsey rolling to his right and firing downfield to find Brady Teeple for the 30-yard gain. Later in the drive, Elsey connects with Teeple again, who makes a cut and breaks free for the 30-yard touchdown. 7-0 Waubonsee early on in this one. Saints turn with the ball, now on a 3rd and 9. Lane Robinson throws to the sideline. Blake Shute catches it, but appears to be out of bounds, although the official rules it a completed catch for 35 yards. St. Charles East not able to finish the drive with a touchdown, so Samuel Frosto has to settle for a 20-yard field goal. 7-3 Warriors with 3:48 left in the first. 3 minutes into the second quarter with the ball on the 33 for Luke Elsey. He tries to pass downfield, but it's intercepted by a diving McGreevy Paul. The Saints turn that big play into points. Lane Robinson moves to his right and finds Mason Tuzignan in the end zone for the touchdown. Saints take the lead 10-7. Skipping ahead to the final minute of the game with 4th down and one final chance for the Warriors down 3. But Luke Elsey's pass is dropped by Brady Teeple, turning the ball over on downs. With that, Robinson takes a knee to finish off the game and gives St. Charles East the 10-7 win over Waubonsee Valley.
After a dominating win over Hinsdale Central, Naperville Central hits the road, looking to start the season 2-0 for a 3rd straight year. The tough slate continues at Plainfield North as the Tigers come in after dropping 54 points on Plainfield East in Week 1. The home team tries to get out of a mess, but Red Hawk Maverick only makes it more messier with a sack on QB Demir Ashiru that also results in a safety to make it 2-0 Central. It's 4th and goal for the hosts, so they tried the toss with John St. Clair, but Red Hawk defender Nick Sabilet stops him on his tracks, and it's a turnover on downs. In the second half, the Tigers face another 4th down, so Ashiru tries to air it out, and Braxton Bartz goes up and makes the catch. It's 1st and goal Plainfield North. The drive is capped off with a touchdown up the middle by John St. Clair, and it gives the home team a 6-2 lead. It's Central's turn to respond as Chris McCormack throws a slant to Tyler Dodd, and the next thing you know, he's off to the races. He is forcing Jason O'Boy to eat his dust, and it's an 80-yard touchdown for the senior. Hawks retake the lead 9-6. The drive of runs is concluded in the 4th quarter by Demir Ashiru scoring a touchdown on the QB sneak. 13-9 Tigers. Redhawks with one last chance as McCormack puts it up, but Nigel Green picks it off. He wants to do more than that. He wants to score, and he sees nothing but green grass in front of him. Logan Devick and Chris Byrne can't catch him, and it's a 90-yard house call for Green. Plainfield North starts the year 2-0 after the thrilling win.
It's another beautiful night down at Lockport Township High School as we get set for another non-conference clash between the Mattia Valley Mustangs and the Lockport Porters. The Mustangs want their first win of the season, while the Porters go for 2 in a row. Porters lead 17-3 in the second quarter. Mustangs set to punt, but Nick Carrier gets blocked by Rob Baranowski. But the ball bounces around, but the Porters recover it. 4th down late in the quarter, Drew Gallagher hands the ball off to Aiden Preciado, but he gets stopped at the goal line by the Mustang defense. Still 17-3 at the half. 3rd quarter, Gallagher with a fake handoff and takes it himself to the end zone for 6 to put the Porters ahead 24-3. Drew Gallagher keeps this one, and look at him bob and weave through the middle of the field for a 32-yard gain on the play to give the Porters the first down at the 30-yard line. Still in the third quarter, Gallagher with a back shoulder throw to Hyatt Timochek, who makes the catch, gives a stiff arm, and finds the end zone. They keep pouring it on, up 38-3 to end the quarter. Late in the fourth quarter, Noah Larson heaves it down the field to Robert Lynch, who comes up with the catch and scores as the Mustangs finally get a touchdown late. However, the Porters' offense was too hot to handle as they remain undefeated at home with a 44-10 victory against the Mustangs. Coming up, we'll bring you boys soccer here on NSW.
Hypnotize your way to savings.
Breathing techniques to help you save.
Looking to make saving a habit?
Yeah, what's the secret?
No secret. Just open a savings account at BMO and we'll give you a cash reward for every month you save.
A cash reward?
Just for saving.
Mm-hmm. And when you open a checking account, we'll give you a $300 bonus to get your new savings habit started.
Love that.
What's your book?
How to get a $300 bonus and a monthly cash reward for saving with BMO.
He literally wrote the book on saving.
That's me on the cover.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
We live in a safe community, but not a crime-free community. If you see something, say something. Be a Naperville Crime Stopper.
Moving over to boys soccer, we got the Best of the West Championship at Naperville Central. Naperville North has won the title every year since 2015. Will we have a new champion in 2022? Let's find out. It's an early weekend morning here at Naperville North, where the Huskies take on Bennett Academy in the Best of the West semifinal. The winner reaches the final at Naperville Central. We kick off the action with Bennett on the attack as Braden Fagbemi shifts the ball onto his right foot, putting a cross into the danger area and going across the face of the goal. North then begins creating chances of its own after a corner kick creates a scramble in the 6-yard box, although Noah Radiki's effort gets cleared off the goal line by defender Nick Nurtaut. The momentum continues with the Huskies as they create a swift attack into the attacking third. Indiana commit Alex Barger attempts a launch shot, but it's saved by goalkeeper Evan Lucas. North comes knocking on the door again. Caden Hill's snapshot with the outside of the foot glances past the near post of Lucas. Both teams' competitive and physical play cancel each other out as the first half ends with a 0-0 draw and showing promise for more action in the second half. Sure enough, goals would come as only a few minutes into the half, Bennett forward Drew Fieldman controls the ball from a throw-in, splits the defenders, and belts the ball off the crossbar and into the back of the net to give the Red Wings the 1-0 lead. However, the lead doesn't last for long as the Huskies respond minutes later. Alex Barger puts a cross into the danger area that falls to Sam Hess. Lucas makes the initial save, but Connor Hanrahan is there for the rebound to strike it into the back of the net. Huskies quickly equalize and the game is tied at 1. With only minutes left, the Huskies rally to take the lead. This goal coming from a throw-in by Alexander Arredondo falling on the head of defender Adam Zielke, who guides the ball past the goalkeeper into the bottom corner, putting the Huskies in front 2-1. The final goal secures the win for the Huskies and puts them in the Best of the West final at Naperville Central, where they will face Plainfield North.
Welcome to the Boys Soccer Best of the West Championship. Naperville North is no stranger to the title game as they come in as defending champs. Their opponent is 4-0 Plainfield North, who took care of Naperville Central in the semifinals earlier in the day. Tigers get off to a good start with Cooper Allen using the header, and it puts enough power on the ball to go in. Allen and his teammates quite the dog pound with a 1-0 lead. Now Allen tries the free kick, but Husky goalie Reed Goss defends it like a brick wall, and the blue and orange are able to clear it. Alex Barger tries to get the Dogs on the board, but Tiger goalie Peyton Meyer slides down to make the save. Although the Huskies also get a free kick opportunity, and Aiden McMahon delivers to tie the game up at 1 heading into the break. In the second half, Paul McCormick and Plainfield North looks to jump back in front. His kick hits the top of the post, but Goss is in the right place at the right time to stop a disaster. Time for the Huskies to do some damage. McMahon looks for Barger and side kicks it in like nobody's business. That's Alex Barger for you, ladies and gentlemen. He breaks the tie and gives his squad a 2-1 lead. Although Allen and the Tigers will not give up. Number 23 fights his defender, loses his balance, but still manages to put that ball in the back of the net. His second goal of the game ties it up once again, this time at 2. Blue and orange won it back. Jackson Stokes kicks the ball to McMahon, who shoots, falls, and scores. What a half of goals we are having, as this one puts the Dogs in front 3-2. Plainfield North with one last chance as Justin Williams puts a curve on it, but Goss and the Huskies knock it away, and it's over. Naperville North takes home another Best of the West title.
On this play of the week, we got football with Naperville Central facing Plainfield North, with Red Hawk Tyler Dodd breaking off a big catch and run. On a slant play, Chris McCormick finds Dodd, who bobbles the ball but is able to come up with it, and nobody's going to catch him as he's off to the races for the 80-yard touchdown. As we look at it again, you can see the pass was actually tipped initially before Dodd hauled it in, making this huge play even more impressive by the senior. Great concentration.
In these complicated times, local news has never been more important. DailyHerald.com lets you stay connected to your community, wherever you are.
We were there when your kid discovered poison ivy.
Now remember, leaves of 3.
Let it be.
We were there for that, and we're here for everything else. Here, it's personal, because we get to know you.
Naperville North girls golf head coach Greta Williams needed some extra family time this fall. So to help ease the load, she turned to a former longtime crosstown rival to help the Huskies on the course this season. Patrick Cotto has our latest feature story, sponsored by Edward Elmhurst Health.
As Greta Williams enters her 16th season as the head coach of Naperville North Girls Golf, she's not only helping golfers swing and putt their way to low scores, but she'll also have a familiar face, a former DVC foe, and a good friend on her side.
Eventually it came to this summer when she gave me a phone call and asked, well, what do you think about our conversation a couple of years ago when we'd really just kind of chuckled about what I was doing in retirement? And I thought about, well, what am I doing from 4 to 7 in the evening? Nothing. There's no reason not to help Greta out. She's been a friend for a long time.
Former longtime Naperville Central girls golf coach Jane Thompson is stepping back into her coaching shoes as a co-head coach for Naperville North this fall. With Coach Thompson slipping into the blue and orange colors during that 4 to 7 p.m. time slot, it gives Coach Williams the chance to watch her daughter, Annabelle, who was a freshman varsity golfer at Oswego East. The addition of Thompson to the coaching ranks is a huge relief for the Husky veteran.
She knows girls golf really well, and she's seen pretty much everything that you can imagine. So she's really great at just recognizing when the girls are struggling or what to motivate them and what to do when they're having any kind of issues on the course. It's been fantastic. And, I've learned a lot from her over the years as well. And so it's been a wonderful thing to have her as a part of our team.
Although this week Williams caught a tough break and is off the course because of COVID. However, that just shows the true value of a longtime coach and teacher like Thompson, who initially retired after the 2019 season, ready to fill the void.
She just came in and hadn't missed a beat, and being able to go and watch my daughter play in her matches, and if I had to miss practice or if I had to miss a match, she was already on it in terms of a practice plan and working with the girls and being able to get them ready for a match. She's gotten herself into the orange and blue mode, so I even, she wears all of our uniforms and swag now. I'm like, you look good in orange and blue, Jane. So it's been good.
What has made Thompson's addition so seamless is that she and Williams both have a similar coaching style.
She and I have had the same coaching philosophy for a long time. Although we've worked against each other, we were mentored by two great coaches, that being Bob Sturr for Naperville Central and Ed Rosenthal for Naperville North. And so they kind of set us on the way of how to be rivals, but friendly rivals.
Even though she's back in a golf uniform, it took some time to get adjusted to leading a team she's coached against for over 20 years.
Although wearing orange was a little shocking for me to put on. I'm not going to lie on that. And I'm not going to lie, over the first tournament, I kept watching the kids in red, and Greta's like, wrong team. I'm like, But it's always fun to be around the kids. It really is.
As for the golfers themselves, they believe that having another coach with so much experience will improve their skills on the course.
I just was unsure until I found out that Miss Thompson is a legend in the world of high school golf. She is such a supportive and such a experienced coach that I wasn't worried at all, and I was actually really excited to be able to have a second opinion and just another really inspirational voice.
She's seen a bunch of different players throughout high school golf, so she knows how to help us on our bad days and how to encourage us on our good days.
While each coach has their own time slots, Williams hopes that this experience can show her athletes how to succeed in life with an appropriate balance.
I also think it's a great evidence for our girls on our team to see you can have a career and a job that you love and be able to do it, and also be able to be there for your family. So that's one of the greatest lessons I think that's coming out of this for our girls to see, is that you can do it all.
And that includes doing their best in the classroom and on the course. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Patrick Cotto.
Time to check out our first girls swimming highlight of the season. Metea Valley returns a ton of exciting swimmers, including Allison Leslie, who is back for her junior year. The Mustangs host Bennett Academy, who has lots of potential as well and looks to make a big splash this fall. Girls swimming is back. Bennett Academy opens up its 2022 season on the road against Metea Valley in a non-conference matchup. We start this meet off with a 200-yard medley relay. It's a tightly contested race throughout, but the group of Mustangs that include Hallie Reef-Snyder, Kira Henkel, Amanda Schmidt, and Allison Leslie pull away at the end to win the race. Next up is the 200-yard freestyle. Claire Donnelly goes into the race as the favorite, and she shows why, finishing in first with a time of 2:04.73. 7 seconds behind her is Evelyn Chua, finishing in second place. Another 200-yard race in the individual medley. This race was a close matchup between Metea's Amanda Schmidt and Bennett's Imogen Duffy. In the end, Schmidt comes out on top by 1 second, shortening the distance to 50 yards on the freestyle. Normally these races are extremely close, but Allison Leslie easily wins this one with a time of 24.84. In second place is Lainey Devine with a time of 25.99. Moving on to the 100-yard butterfly. Another close race off the bat, but two Mustangs finish out in front. Amanda Schmidt takes first, and she is closely followed by Leslie. Sticking with the 100-yard races, but now with the freestyle. Lainey Devine gets Bennett a much-needed victory, finishing with a time of 55.50. Flipping over to the backstroke, the race comes down to the wire with 3 swimmers looking for first. However, it's Marley Schroeder who barely beats out Giselle Bouchard and Molly Schulk. Finishing off the meet with the 100-yard breaststroke, Imogen Duffy finishes out in front of everyone with a time of 1:08.21. Despite the strong effort from Duffy, Bennett Academy falls in the non-conference meet to Metea Valley 119-64. After the break, we begin girls tennis here on NSW.
Hypnotize your way to savings.
Breathing techniques to help you save.
Looking to make saving a habit?
Yeah, what's the secret?
No secret. Just open a savings account at BMO and we'll give you a cash reward for every month you save.
A cash reward?
Just for saving?
Mm-hmm. And when you open a checking account, we'll give you a $300 bonus to get your new savings habit started.
Love that.
What's your book?
How to get a $300 bonus and a monthly cash award for saving with BMO.
He literally wrote the book on saving.
That's me on the cover.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
It's the first week of girls tennis. Neuqua Valley looks to repeat as conference and sectional champions, as well as making a deeper run in the postseason. They open up their 2022 campaign against Naperville North, who aims to be the Wildcats' biggest threat in the DVC. The girls' tennis season is back with last year's DVC champion Neuqua Valley hosting Naperville North. The Huskies won the regular season opener between the two teams a year ago and will be a top contender to dethrone the Wildcats this fall. Neuqua Valley with a new top singles player in freshman Sophia Chow. She shows off her strength early on with a rocket forehand that stays in play for the point. Naperville North junior Ariana Parek is back as the #1 singles player. It was a valuable year for the Husky to learn what it takes to compete in the area, and hopes are high this season. However, on this day, the young Wildcat shows that she is ready to compete with the best in the conference right away. Chow deals with the awkward spin and forces Parek to a tough backhand that does not make it back over the net. Chow takes the two-set win 6-1, 6-1. Anika Parek, the younger sister of Ariana, is competing up at 2 singles for North this season. She takes on Neuqua Valley junior Kendall Klemek, who also moves to #2 singles. After Klemek takes the opening set, the two volley back and forth for a bit, each player looking for the edge. Parek then charges the net and fires a shot past her opponent for the point, as it's neck and neck in set 2. Another long volley between these two as they move around the court. Eventually, Kendall Klemek makes a great return with her backhand that crosses up Parek. That helps the Wildcat pick up the win 6-1, 6-3 in straight sets. Dira Pradapati gets a win at 3 singles for the Huskies. On to #2 doubles as Isha Elandasari and Hassini Padu replace graduates Callie Genovese and Tiffany Chang for Naperville North. Neuqua Valley returns Victoria Yin and Tanisha Agarwal. The Huskies working in the far court with a quick return that falls just out of reach for Yin, giving the point to North. North serving once again in the far court. Victoria Yin volleying near the back line a few times until Agarwal jumps in for a quick smash. That gets the point and helps Neuqua to a 6-3, 6-1 win. One of the best doubles duos in the state return for the Huskies, with sophomores Gabby Lee and Brooke Kaufman hoping to build on their sectional championship. Neuqua Valley senior Emily Chow took a tennis ball to the face early in the match, but she and new 1 doubles teammate Hannah Kestenberg ice it down to get back on the court. Chow and Kestenberg were both state qualifiers as singles players in 2021, so we will see what these talented seniors can do in the doubles division to start the season. A nice volley sees Brooke Kaufman track a return and send a return back over her head, but Chow smashes the lob and shows our camera person what it feels like to get hit with a tennis ball. Later in the first set, Hannah Kestenberg shows her power as she rips a backhand for the point. But the Huskies regroup, and late in the set, Gabby Lee unleashes a powerful smash of her own as North takes set 1, 6-3. A great way to start the season with 2 standout teams with elite talent. Back and forth they go until Brooke Kaufman sends a return home for the point. Naperville North takes the 1 doubles win 6-3, 6-3, but a win at #3 doubles helps Neuqua Valley hang on for the 4-3 team victory. It's the play of the week, and it's golf as Naperville Central faces Matia Valley, and Bella Guzman shows off some terrific putting. On the 5th hole, she looks to save par on a very far putt. The ball goes down the hill, and it goes in. What a shot by Guzman from a long distance as she hits the ball perfectly to find the cup. Impressive putt from her. That's it for the show. Join us next week for girls volleyball as well as late season DVC boys and girls golf action. We'll also have highlights from week 3 of football. Don't forget, we're always online. Check us out on our website for extended highlights and stories at nctv17.org. You can also find us on social media at nctv17 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Josiah Schuneman. Thanks for watching.